So yesterday I did a video from Rethink X about how the collapse is happening and how the powers that be are distracting us and keeping us fighting each other so we don't stand up to stop them from this dystopian future they're taking us into, if not the sixth great extinction. But lo and behold, what do I see? But Rethink X has come up with another video, and let's look at that now.
As the prospect of collapse makes us dizzy, we seek stability by clinging to what worked in the past and firefighting to keep it alive. Our challenge is to make a different choice, to embrace the unknown and set out on humanity's greatest and most perilous journey. We need a North Star to outshine the craving for stability. This is the age of freedom. To get there, we must do 3 things.
Yes, at the end of the last video, they talked about moving into this new age of freedom and the things that we would want to do, and it just briefly listed some things, and I was a little bit confused about it. But check this out, they're going to tell us how to do it.
First, we must rethink. We need to recognize the mindset which brought us success is now our greatest liability. Our global industrial order might seem invincible, but in 1 decade, it will be swept away. We have arrived at the same point of no return where every civilization before us, from Sumer to the Romans, once was. Unlike them, we can see a new system emerging that will accelerate the inevitable collapse of the old, opening a vast possibility space. To navigate this space, we must shed the old lens of incumbency built from 10,000 years of history, the world we thought would last forever, and rethink our infrastructure, laws, habits, beliefs, and ultimately, our mindsets, ourselves. We require new ways of seeing the world and its complexity. Instead of tinkering with the old system, we need novel tools, concepts, frameworks, measures, and values to break through to the unknown.
Well, that's quite a bit of thinking and things to do, and that's only the first step. So let's look at the next step.
Second, we need to enable. We already have all the technologies we need, but in the past, new technologies triggered breakthroughs by accident, with humanity asleep at the wheel. Today, we must wake up and fly the airplane while building it, together. Accelerating the rollout of the new food, materials, energy, information, and transport systems is the easy part. Much harder is to discover how to understand and manage this new world, to enable a new organizing system to emerge. It will be built on principles of creation, complexity, decentralization, distributed power and ownership, and networks. Its winning mindsets, rules, institutions, and governance structure emerging through collaboration, curiosity, trial, and painful error, not central planning. The pioneers will not come from the centers of incumbent power. History tells us that outsiders, cities and regions on the edges of powerful empires, hungry and free from the baggage of the old ways, act as pathfinders. Today, it will be easier for Singapore, Mumbai, or Lagos to leap ahead than China or the US. So we must do what our ancestors failed to do. Decentralize power to the edges. Let go of old, familiar constructs that no longer serve us. Brace for the uncertainty, excitement, daring, and experimentation of a new age.
Building a plane while you're flying it sounds pretty scary, but when you think about it, that's exactly what we have to do. You know, we have to seek outside these technologies and then look inside for the answers and the solutions, and then work together to bring about this new age. And then we have to build a bridge.
Third, we must bridge. To avoid collapsing before we break through, we must build a bridge from the old system, even as it breaks down, to the emerging system. That means strategically and temporarily patching up the old to keep it alive, even as we accelerate the pathway to breakthrough. Yet we must remember, patching up is a band-aid to stave off a vicious cycle of social, political, financial, and military crisis that could spiral out of control. Saving dying incumbent industries is no solution. We must protect people and communities from the fallout of their inevitable collapse.
Well, I hope we patch this old system and create a bridge to the new way, and that I get to keep my Social Security until we don't need money anymore. And I trust that we will get there. And luckily, the guys that wrote the book this is all based on have a plan. So let's see what it is.
If we're to succeed, we need a map, the mindset that can highlight the possible future pathways.
We need a North Star to outshine the craving for stability.
And we need the fellow travelers, the rethinkers and redoers who have the courage and vision to lead us to a better future.
We need to embrace change to create the age of freedom.
The challenge is for us to see below the surface, to cut through the noise and the chaos, and understand the complex processes that are driving change, and see the scale of transformation that's delivering possibilities beyond our wildest imaginations to create a world that's prosperous, resilient, and equitable for all.
Well, we have our task ahead of us, and it starts with ourselves and cleaning up that negative self-talk and the indoctrination that we've all been given so that we are not tricked by the propaganda. You know, they continue to just, trigger us because they know what we're thinking. And so we need to think something new and something different and something together, and know something that's not ever happened before. And so that's going to take some real imagination. And I hope that we all come together and bring our friends.